Welcome back, guys. This is another demonstration with Halfjack in Silent Hunter 4, Wolves of the Pacific. So, I've detected a ship out here, and I would like to show off one of the methods that I learned about on Subsim. It's called the Dick O'Kane method, and I'm trying to get it down from a long distance. I've had amazing successes, and very disappointing failures. Anyways, so we're set up here, and a nice and easy way to get the speed of a ship is to plot its first point, and then wait for 3 minutes. After you get the third minute down, as soon as it turns to the third minute, you want to put a point exactly on the tip of the ship's bow. Nose, front, whatever you want to call it. So there you go. You can take a very easy measurement. Comes out to 500 yards. Each 100 yards is 1 knot in the measurement. So he's going 5 knots, which is actually not too fast. So we've got pretty much forever. So I'm going to be accelerating time. Then you can use your compass here at the end of your ruler tool. He's at about 97.5 degrees. You drag this on out here. Just to about where you're going to cross him. Put it right there. You can zoom in, see I'm a little bit off, not too bad. We'll go ahead and set our course here though, and move to engage. I'm going to perfect is a strong word. I'm going to try to get it right. Oh dear, we are already there. So I'm going to try to engage from about that far out, which means I'm turning around. Fortunately, as I said, we've got time.
Yes, sir.
And since I set all this up, well, I didn't set it all up, but since I was planning on doing all of this as a demonstration for you guys, we also have fuel, ammo, all that nice shit. Excuse my French. I know some of you linguists out there are like, that's not French. Shut up. So that's much more accurate. We'll set up our base attack course off of that. Draw that out to there. Bring that out to about 90 degrees. And when I say about, I of course mean precisely. And that is the course we are going to want to follow.
Yes, sir.
I don't know why I did that.
Ahead slow.
Bring this out here. All this. Then you just want to set up your course so you come in at 90 degrees. A couple important things to note for your calculations in the future is the speed and range of your torpedoes. That'll be about my minimum firing distance. Anyways, we can go check out our torpedoes now. I'm not using tubes 1, 2, or 3 because they only have 4,100 meter range. I'm going for 4, 5, or 6. They have 8,200 meter range, which comes out to a little bit over 8,950 yards. But that's only at the lower speed. They'll be traveling 31 knots. We need to know both of those, so we can do our quick calculations, starting here and going up to here. 500 yards. You can just kind of move this off to the side, plot that, and bring it out to 3,100 yards. You always want to try to get it just as soon as it turns into it from the lower number. That way it's as accurate as you can get it. Place the protractor there. Bring it all the way back over to here. You can see that we need to be looking at 9 degrees. He's going to be coming from our left, so we shift that 9 degrees over here. We've already got all the critical information we're going to need for this guy, so we'll just go ahead and plug that in here. His speed is 5 knots, not 9. And we're going to be hitting him on this side, just short, 90 degrees. Go ahead and take that and subtract the 9 degrees that we calculated earlier. So it'll come out to 81 degrees. You can see just about right there. I'm going to try to clean it up a bit. There you go. So we should be hitting him at 90 degrees flat on. Go ahead and open this, and actually, just because I'm going to open the rest of them too. You don't want to turn on the position keeper, because then it'll start tracking him as if that's where he was right now, and it'll start looking that way. So now we're going to go back to our map and stop biting our tongue. And the little thing that I like to do to keep your ship's angle straight is just plot a couple points down this path. Just a few. And it'll keep your ship straight. You start to drift if you don't have points along the way saying like, hey, do this instead. And now, another thing that I like to do, helps me keep his course rather obvious. Or not that. It helps me decide when to fire or look through my optics. So you remember that 9 degrees? That's the angle that our optics are set to look, so right there. So as soon as we come in range, if he's right there, we need to fire. He won't be though, because he's going much slower, and we are already pretty much at our target. In fact, just to shorten that up a bit, swing that over there, and that down there. Right, and now I will just clean this up a little bit more. Add a couple more points. This will keep your ship going straight on to the target, which should, hopefully, help keep all of your angles straight. Now once it's been 12 minutes, I like to double check that I got his speed correct. So we'll speed up a little bit. There you go. And we'll use the same thing we did earlier to check his speed. Make sure you line it up perfectly. It's going 2,000, which if you divide that by 4, will come out to 500, I believe, which is perfect. Or you could go ahead and chop off this end, or the last two numbers, and divide that by 4, and it comes out to 20, which is 20 yards over 12 minutes, 500 over 3, and so on. Which means it's going to take him forever to get into position. So we'll just kind of speed up time a little bit. Drop down our speed. Kind of let him come along towards us. I'll add some more of these points. I do plan on stopping the submarine. I know some people don't like to do that to be a bit more realistic, but... And just so you know, it doesn't matter if you're still moving. Your calculation's already set. what's really important here is that you get the angles set. If he ever crosses your crosshairs, that's where your torpedo is going to hit him, no matter the distance or your speed. Only information that really matters is him. Range is already taken into account. For example, if he were to cross us right here, we would fire when he crosses that point right there. Torpedo's going a shorter distance, he's going a shorter distance, but it's going the same amount of, or same distance over time. Exact hit right there. Pretty much everything about this is
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
just easy mode, really. Which I'm a big fan of. I like things to be easy. So now we'll coast into range after we cut off our thrust, which, again, I know some people not so hot on that. It's completely your preference. Now we just wait for him to come across our targeting position. If you want, once you're in a better position, you can go ahead and reset your protractor so it is precisely where you need it to be. Just drag it to the middle of your sub and leave it right there. Then you can set the angle more accurately for 9 degrees. Looks like his course is slightly off, which likely means that there's going to be a bit of a miss, which kinda really blows. So I'm going to do some quick recalculations and see if I'm going to need to change course or anything like that. I really hope not. No, we should still be good. So now I will wait for him to move right into our sights. You can check his view distance from here. Just go ahead and bring this in, right along here, and to here. Bring it out to 90 degrees, because this is where you're going to be in relation to him.
So in Storm of Zahir expansion, you get to go back to the
Excuse
castle
me for
that
a
you're
moment.
on